Westbrook. Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Now here's Westbrook. 5 to shoot. And the 3 off target.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Dunn kicks to Wiggins. And Andre Robertson is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Jang.
Poor decision making. You know he wants that one back.
And it's the Thunder with the ball. Trailing by 2. Westbrook dishes to Ilyasova. Unloads. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
Ill-advised shot there.
You know, I really expected him to swing that one back around.
And Andre Robertson is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Singler, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. And Dang gets it to go.
Well, the definition of a high-percentage shooter. Terrific touch by Gorgui Dieng.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Boy, still not quite in rhythm. Just 1 for 4. Well, this was the match that everybody wanted to happen. A proven coach with a stellar track record pairing with a team full of young talent. Minnesota has got to be happy with the hire of Tom Thibodeau for a young core.
Now Westbrook following the three-point attempt by Andrew Wiggins. And for Coach Tom Thibodeau and the Wolves, it isn't just as coach, it's as coach and president of basketball operations. Of course, they went all in with Tibbs.
Well, there's no doubt, Kevin, and some teams might be hesitant to give that much control so quickly, but the Wolves were a team in need of direction. And when you have the resume that Tibbs has, it's certainly easier to give those reins to him. And also, they did what they needed to do in order to secure his services in what was a very competitive coaching carousel.
Now, here's Dunn. He's covered by Westbrook. Wiggins passes to Dunn. Levine wide open. That 3 off the mark. Oklahoma City's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And Oladipo kicks to Westbrook. The shot comes out. Wiggins with some nice D.
You know, simply not finding a flow. Just 1 for 5 to start this game.
Levine inside the three-point line. Dunn shot's good.
And how about Dunn getting the ball in a great spot, making the deep attempt look too easy.
Here's Oladipo. Here's Adams. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That one is on Towns.
I think if you look over the history of the Timberwolves, one position they've always been strong in since their inception in 1989, the power forward slot. KG, of course, the big name, but now you get Kevin Love, and then you follow him with Karl Anthony Towns, keeping the tradition alive.
And thinking more about Minnesota power forwards of the past, Tom Gugliotta, a name that you can throw in there. Can't forget about Al Jefferson, too, for a brief stint with the team.
And Kev, you see it through a lot of sports. Certain teams have a position that always seems to be filled by an amazing player. And for the Wolves, in their relatively young franchise history, that's the 4-man.
Now, here's Dunn. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Dunn's got 5 points so far.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Thunder trailing by 6. And Oladipo kicks to Westbrook. Adams sets the pick for Westbrook to the paint. And it's Singler in the corner. There's the feed to Oladipo. It's good from long range.
And really, how about the quick release on that triple there, because he's given up a lot of height in that matchup.
Yeah, if it was inside, he'd have a hard time getting that shot. But beyond the three-point line, he has a little extra space to let it fly.
And here's Wiggins after the three-pointer from Victor Oladipo. Nice D from Singler. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. Westbrook's got the ball.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
Yeah, flawless fast break. Didn't slow down until the ball hit the bottom of the bucket.
Now, here's Dunn. He has 5. Down low, here's Levine, and the bucket counts. And he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And how about last season? Made about 79% of his attempts, so those are really quality numbers.
So here's Westbrook. To the middle, goes up off the pick, and Adams with the slam.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. And for so many players, the game of basketball is really a lifeline, whether to afford college or even beyond. And Doris, have you seen that aspect of the sport shape an individual's future?
No, I don't think there's any question. You can look up and down the NBA and every roster and know for a fact that the game of basketball has shaped the lives of these young men from the time they were in their earliest stages. I mean, for some, the game has been a lifesaver, no question about it.
And the Thunder making a change here. Payne's checked in. And Zach LaVine is listed as a point guard, but he isn't a natural to that position. Certainly can handle himself acting as the lead guard, but Doris making plays for others right now isn't his specialty.
Well, it shows up in stats as well as with the eye test, right? He has never had a lot of assists given how much he handles the ball, and he also has somewhat of a poor assist-to-turnover ratio. But he is almost more of a shooting guard who can bring it up the floor and initiate rather than a true point guard.
Now Hill, following the miss by Kyle Singler from deep. Jang drops in the layup for 2.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Thunder trailing by 5. Payne kicks to Adams. Outside Westbrook. And it's Westbrook again missing.
Well, he's trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but it's not helping his team. That was an awful quarter.
Here's Dang. The Thunder pull it in.
All the credit goes to the defense, preventing a terrific finisher like that from throwing it down.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. The Thunder shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
First one falls for him. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Payne, he's checked in for Jack. Rush comes in for Andrew Wiggins. Shabazz Muhammad's checked in for Zach LaVine. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Dunn. And then for Oklahoma City, Cantor checked in for Steven Adams. Collison comes in for Ilyasova. And Anthony Morrow subbed in for Russell Westbrook.
You know, the passing there deserves a mention. That assist was a thing of beauty.
Here's Payne. Top of the key. And Singler kicks to Payne. Cantor sets the pick for Payne. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J.
You know, probably could have set that screen with a little more force, but it got him just enough room to be able to finish.
And Muhammad kicks to Payne. Back to Muhammad. Payne with a screen for Muhammad. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Collison. Thunder trailing by 3. And the basket by Morrow. Morrow's got his first bucket of the night. For Minnesota, they've gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter. And Rush kicks to Muhammad. Payne with it, working on Collison. Here's Muhammad. And it's off from three-point range. Thunder have gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. Payne kicks to Morrow. Inside. It's stolen by Hill. And here is Muhammad. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Rush dishes to Muhammad. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And it's good for 2. And the Timberwolves lead by 3.
Boy, that's the vision and ability to deliver precise passes. Rubio completely on point.
And not going to let him get that easy dunk. Defense stopping the easy 2, but a foul called. And a trip to the free throw line instead. The Thunder have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight. Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for Jordan Hill. No good at the stripe this time. His second misses also. And Ricky Rubio has always had incredible court vision and knack for making that one dagger of a pass. But Doris has done a good job maturing as a point guard over the last few years. Picked up a lot of things along the way.
Yeah, Kevin, I mean, listen, the one area I've really noticed for Rubio that's improved is his decision making. And he has found ways to cut turnovers down every year in the league and is now one of the best playmakers in the NBA.
Here's Cantor. Following the score by Kevin Garnett. Rush with the steal. And here we go. Rubio heading to the hoop. Plays it in off the breakaway. Now it's a 7-point Timberwolves lead.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Now here's Payne. Covered by Rubio. Payne kicks to Singler. Fades away. It's tipped. Here's Muhammad. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Payne passes to Cantor. Back to Payne. And it's Singler in the corner. Feeds it to Payne. 5 on the clock. Morrow dishes to Payne. They get it back. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. For Oklahoma City, they have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line. 27 seconds left in the first. Rubio outside. Here's Muhammad. And Cantor pulls it down.
He's been somewhat off this quarter, but the desire to score is evident.
And Singler kicks to Morrow. This one for 3. Buries it from 3-point range. And now it's just a 4-point Timberwolves lead. With 1 on the clock, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Timberwolves lead by 4. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And guys, what's your take so far in the Timberwolves?
You know, it's been about how solid they've been offensively here, really tuned in with one another.
It feels like these guys are feeding off each other, and that's leading to having some fun and coming up with big shots.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. The Stash brothers, Cantor and Adams inside. Westbrook and Oladipo, the athletic backcourt duo. And it's Roberson in at the small forward position. Thunder trailing by 4. Outside Westbrook. Cantor, high post. Pass to Roberson. 3-pointer. Traps in the tray. Roberson's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for Oklahoma City. Minnesota shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. Rubio the pass to Levine. Towns the screen. Rubio outside. Shot clock at 5. Down low. Ball's knocked loose. Oladipo against Levine. Oladipo dishes to Adams. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Levine with the ball. Good on the bucket. Levine's got his second basket of the night.
I tell you, when Levine gets up ahead of steam, he's really difficult to stay in front of.
Cantor with a screen on Rubio. Westbrook kicks to Cantor. Doris, so many rookies come into the NBA and talk about the physicality of the league. I also think they talk about the speed of the league and the difference from college to pro. Just how physical and just how fast is it for these kids?
Let me give you two visions, okay? You've got 6'8", 200 and maybe 60 pounds, right? LeBron James coming at you full steam, and you're looking at hulking shoulders, defined arms and legs, and you're thinking, I don't think it's in my best interest to take a charge. No way, no how.
Isn't he intimidating when he's on that kind of track and coming down with no governor?
I'll say this. You know, if LeBron James is in transition or back to the basket and you're guarding him, you're going to feel it like it's football Monday.
Oh. Oladipo against Levine. Screen by Adams. Here's Oladipo. And finished off by Oladipo.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Just great timing on that play, too, guys. Makes it impossible for the defense to react.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Now Westbrook. There's a screen by Cantor. Westbrook passes to Cantor. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in.
Boy, the screen doing its job to perfection. One of the oldest plays in the book and still one of the best.
Minnesota in the lead. Dunn kicks to Towns. On the wing, Wiggins. Towns, the screen. Off the screen. And it's Wiggins missing.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
That's the frustrating thing. You work so hard to get the open shot, and then you can't make it.
Here's Cantor. And the shot is long. Timberwolves have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Towns sets the pick for Dunn. And wide open look here for Wiggins. Drains it from beyond the arc. Wiggins has got 6.
Well, increasing consistency from range. This is one of the things Andrew Wiggins is working on.
No one near Westbrook as he lets it go. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Levine dishes to Dunn. Wiggins right side. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Now it's a 7-point Timberwolves lead.
Now really found his stroke here in the second quarter after missing everything in the first.
Outside Westbrook. Passes to Roberson. 5 to shoot. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 5 assists in the game. Timberwolves leading by 4. Now, here's Dunn. He has 5. Chang with a screen on Westbrook. They set the pick. Wiggins from outside. The shot, no good. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way.
If he were shooting even a little better, they would have a much bigger lead.
Screen by Adams. Westbrook passes to Adams. Stolen by Levine. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Towns. Goes right through for bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
That's exactly how to work it to your advantage. If you're the big man, take your guy down low.
It's Oladipo on the wing. Back to Westbrook. Here's Roberson. 6 points for him. Shot clock at 6. Beyond the arc. And it's Westbrook. That time on the assist by Canner. And that's now 7 points for Russell Westbrook. For Minnesota, they've gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. Dunn kicks to Zhang. Towns the screen. Zhang dishes to Wiggins. And he lays it straight in. Wiggins has got 10 points now just in this quarter.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. One added pressure, Doris, that Wiggins has that is unique to himself is that he carries most of the weight of Canada's international basketball dreams. He certainly is the best and the brightest for them. He's expected to lead, in fact, the country to a golden age.
For all the players that we have seen come in the league from north of the border, I think Wiggins has the best potential. And I think he's handled the extra pressure with ease. And it might have even helped him mature as a leader for his basketball team.
Timberwolves leading by 3. Here's Dunn, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And Dunn does a little bit of everything out there. Scores the ball, distributes it well, and also pounds the glass aggressively.
Well, you take a look at Chris Dunn out of Providence, it's easy to see what talent evaluators see in this young man.
6'4", long arms, strength, blinding quickness. He is an NBA athlete and then some. In a draft year that was light on point guards, you knew he'd be one of the first to hear his name called.
Payne, he's checked in for Minnesota. Rush comes in for Zach LaVine. Timberwolves have gone 7 for 10 here in the second quarter. They'd like to keep up that nice pace. Dunn misses.
He really made that shot harder than it needed to be, and coach is not happy with that choice.
Payne kicks to Collison. And here's Morrow outside. Rebound Hill.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
Dunn, wide open, he fires. Another miss by Minnesota. Thunder trailing by 4. Payne with it. Collison with the screen for Payne. Collison, no good.
You've got to do better there. There wasn't anyone stopping him in the lane.
Here's Muhammad. And there's the whistle. That goes on Adrian Payne. That's his first foul. Ricky Rubio checked in for Minnesota. Oklahoma City has gone for the three-pointers 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. Collison with a screen on Rubio. And with that shot, the Minnesota lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Nick Collison.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Rubio the pass to Payne, and Payne scoops it in.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Here's Morrow. Muhammad covering, and stolen by Payne. And there's Muhammad. That's good on the assist by Rush. And it's a 6-point Timberwolves lead.
It's been about tempo and pace with this group, and it's led to a huge advantage in fast break points.
Yeah, I think their high-octane approach seems to be wearing down the defense and expect them to keep it going.
Nice shot by Singler.
Boy, somehow he wound up all by himself behind the arc. Clearly a missed assignment on the defensive end. Coach will not be happy.
And Muhammad kicks to Payne. Here's Rush. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Yeah, that's a case where they're really in sync on that bucket with the lead pass hitting him in stride, on time and on target.
Here's Payne. And poor shot selection there. Not a high percentage look for him. Minnesota leading by 5. Rubio outside and stolen by Payne. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, the league and NBA teams have become much more aware of protecting players' health and they're finding out that rest and sleep are a huge part of that. Warriors head coach Steve Kerr said medicine and science have improved and thought processes do as well. He said in the old days, guys played 48 minutes. Well, we've made advances. We don't go backwards with this stuff. We go forwards. And guys, that's why they want their players off their feet as much as possible.
Good report, DA. Thank you. There's 47 seconds left to play in the first half.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
And the foul called on Cameron Payne. That's his first foul. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Garnett's checked in. Rubio dishes to Payne. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Payne's got his second basket of the night. Out that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut back down to 3 after the basket from Payne.
Really nice job inside that time. The defense unable to react quick enough to stop him. Boy, he is fast. Early in the second quarter, that's already his second foul. He's going to have to play under control now.
For Minnesota, they have missed 4 of their 8 free throws up to this point. Things not really going their way at the line yet. Free throw good. Rubio.
That's so much that Rubio gives you. The last thing that has to come to me is the range shooting.
Russell Westbrook in for Payne.
There's some of that trademark consistency of his at the free throw line.
Westbrook against Rubio. Now the dish to Morrow. Fires for 3. It's rebounded by Kevin Garnett. Rubio outside. Garnett the screen. 1 second left. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. The Timberwolves on top, leading by 5. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take...
Kevin, thank you. Andrew, the energy and effort were apparent throughout that first half. How were you able to do it?
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It was a closely contested first quarter for Minnesota. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. And, Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
Well, their playmakers are showing up tonight, seeing the court well move.
And that wraps up.
We come back to Minnesota now with a striking look at the 10th Avenue Bridge, downtown Minneapolis, off in the distance. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Andrew Wiggins really making a difference here.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Well, there are very few defenders who can check him one-on-one. And in fact, collectively, he's a challenge for defenses.
A high-flying pair of Levine and Wiggins at the 2 and the 3. Zhang is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. And it's done in at the point. So that's who Tom Thibodeau starts the second half with. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Roberson, and he's good on the 3-ball. Roberson's got the first field goal of the second half for Oklahoma City. There's the pass to Wiggins. It's stolen by Adams. Here's Roberson. That one off the back iron and out.
Ill-advised shot there.
You know, I really expected him to swing that one back around.
And it's Wiggins missing.
You know, tried to do it there instead of look for his teammates, and I think he'll pass the next time.
Oh, boy, looks like he was injured there.
Oh, man, not happy right now. You can see he is really hurting.
You know he's devastated, Greg. Having to come out of this one right now and possibly more down the road.
Cameron Payne's checked in for Oklahoma City. Oklahoma trailing. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. To the paint. Deflects the pass. And Adams kicks to Roberson. For the tie, Ilyasova. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That one is on Towns. Well, from a broadcasting perspective, Doris, just how global has the game of basketball grown with advances in the accessibility of the games being played?
You know what I marvel at is how the next generation consumes sports content. Live sports are still what the viewer wants, but you'll see so many people watching on mobile devices, right? Small tablets, phones. It's incredible to me how different our business is, Kevin. News is now not broken in a newspaper story. News is broken on social media.
Don't you think, Doris, it's promoted that way too, because owners in this league that are very in tune with the tech side of the business?
Many of them are businessmen and have succeeded because they've been visionaries in their field, and certainly they want to know, how is our content getting to that next generation?
Good point. Hands it from downtown. Towns has got 9.
Boy, terrific follow through on that shot. Towns very comfortable from range.
Now here's Payne. He's guarded closely. Here's Roberson out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Timberwolves leading by 3. Levine kicks to Towns. And Adams sends it back. Here's Payne. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. The Timberwolves have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's Dunn. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And for Chris Dunn, you know, everyone told him to enter the draft after 3 years at Providence. His father, his coach, he could have been a first-round pick back in 15. Instead, he decided to stay one more season, earn his diploma, and I'd have to say it's worked out pretty well for him.
That one is off. And Dunn, undergoing 2 shoulder surgeries in college, took a medical red shirt for his sophomore season.
Yeah, and that was on his right shoulder, his shooting shoulder. You wonder if he can get even better shooting the ball with time.
Adams sets the pick for Payne. He kicks to Adams. Oladipo outside, wide open. That one goes. Count it. 9 points in the game so far.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
Minnesota in the lead. Tipped away. Here's the break. Adams, the pass to Payne for the lead. It's not going to go for him. And Minnesota will come the other way. They've led by as much as 10 from 11 feet away. And that one's good. Wiggins has got 12 points in the game.
Well, there's that in-between game, right? Wiggins silky smooth from the start.
Screen by Adams. Payne dishes to Adams. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but through contact, he'll head to the line.
Oh, stops the dunk there. The best outcome in a bad situation.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1. And the first one drops. And the Thunder making a change here. Cantor's checked in. And so Adams nails both of them.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Dunn kicks to Wiggins. From 10 feet out. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. The Thunder have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Here's Roberson. 9 points in the game so far. Just 4 to shoot. For the tie, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
And here is Dunn. 7 points in the game. 13 feet away. The Thunder pull it in. Adams has got his 4th rebound in this one. On its way from Oladipo for 2. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. The Timberwolves shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. Towns a screen on Oladipo. Here's Dunn. Another miss by Minnesota. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Oladipo against Levine. Oladipo, the pass to Payne. He dishes it to Cantor. Cantor sets the pick for Oladipo. 4 on the clock. They get it back. And Adams kicks to Oladipo. Here's Roberson. Adams with the screen on Jang. Roberson dishes to Adams. That ties the game. Adams has got 7 points.
I'll tell you, solid low post passing made all the difference on that last possession.
Poked away. And now a fast break for the Thunder. Ball going up court. Oladipo, the pass to Adams. Back to Oladipo. And finished off by Oladipo.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
Yeah, you know, sometimes your gut tells you to take a shot at the pick and then big move to keep the pressure on.
Moment here now for an injury report. And now David Aldridge has an update for us on Russell Westbrook. What's the news, David?
Hi, Kevin. I chatted briefly with the head athletic trainer for the Thunder. Unfortunately, it does not look good at all. That's the end of his night, and he could be out for a while. Not the news he wanted to hear, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks. Well, guys, certainly not the news his fans were hoping for.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, it sounds like he's got a long road ahead of him in terms of his recovery.
And our hearts go out to him. The guy works so hard. His teammates love him. Coaches love him. He's going to be missed.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Tries a 3. Payne can't hit.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Dunn shot's good.
And you always have to do your best to keep up with Dunn. Just absolutely remarkable in transition given his athleticism.
Thunder trailing by 3. Now Payne. 8 points for him. On its way from Oladipo for 2. Here's Cantor. Makes it off the glass. 6 points for him.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
That's just laziness on the part of the defense, not hustling to get to the boards.
And the Timberwolves call time here.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
You know, you always want everyone on the same page, executing down to the smallest detail.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. Singler, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Morrow comes in for Cameron Payne. Here's Rush. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Rush has got 8 points.
Boy, completely caught his man off guard by going to the reverse. That's one way to make sure the shot doesn't get blocked.
Screen by Adams. Singler for 3. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That one is on Rush.
And gobbled up that rebound and went straight into attack mode on the putback.
Oof, he is one of the most determined rebounders, guys, we have got in the NBA.
The tireless work ethic, the passion. He's a guy the team relies on for that.
And the free throw, no good. Timberwolves have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Shoots the 3. Muhammad, no luck. Oklahoma City trailing. Oladipo outside. Adams outside. Kicks to Singler. There's the 3. It's good from long range. He has 6.
He got himself into space behind the arc, and the D never picked him back up. Boy, you can't lose him.
And Rubio kicks to Hill. Back to Rubio. Hill sets the screen for Rubio. Offensive rebound. Dishes to Hill. He feeds it to Muhammad. Pass to Rubio. It's stolen by Oladipo. And now Oladipo pushing it up. No one.
Oh!
You've got to be kidding.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
Yeah, you know, sometimes your gut tells you to take a shot at the pick and then big move to keep the pressure on.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. It's stolen by Oladipo. Singler outside. For 3. Kevin Garnett grabs the miss. Timberwolves trail by 4.
And as the second overall pick back in 13 out of Indiana, Victor Oladipo, while he's had a solid start to his career, you know, stardom still, I think, is what he aspires to achieve. I mean, he's got the tools from a physical standpoint, but the decision-making and the perimeter shooting, 2 areas that he's got to improve. And then defensively, which is where I thought he would be a game changer, hasn't really excelled as much as I think he's capable of.
He had a make from downtown in the first half, but no 3s since then.
That's it, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Muhammad.
What you love about Muhammad, his hands are always ready to catch the ball and his mind trained on the bucket.
Screen by Adams. Oladipo dishes to Adams. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
He shot 3 of 5 from the line.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
And he knocks down the first one.
And good job bringing that free throw percentage up here in the second half. Doing a great job at the line.
Payne, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Lean comes in for Brandon Rush. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Collison comes in for Anthony Morrow. That misses, so he splits the free throws. And what a return it's been for Kevin Garnett here to Minnesota. The franchise that drafted him, played the most games with, won the MVP with. And Doris, it's been a great homecoming to see him transition in the next generation.
And Kev, you can't say enough about the impact KG has on a locker room full of young players, right? His intensity, his approach to the game is few and far between in the NBA. Not only one of the greatest power forwards to ever play, obviously, but one of the greatest leaders in NBA history.
Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. And that one misses. Timberwolves trail by 5. Payne passes to Rubio. Here's Muhammad, and released it in time, but it's off the mark. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Thunder lead by 5. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. And now we take a listen into the recent huddle from Tom Thibodeau.
Everybody hang tough. Now look, we got to tighten up our defense down here. Keep them off the line. Move your feet. Concentrate on your body position.
And Tom Thibodeau wanting his team to maintain that aggressive defensive stature, but be really smart about it too, and I can see that.
Yeah, they're stopping the shot, but then you send the guy to the line. That's not going to help you on the scoreboard.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Timberwolves trail by 5. So for Oklahoma City right now, Kyle Singler is out there with Ilyasova. Then there's Nick Collison. Then it's Payne. And it's Roberson. And at the 2. Count that bucket.
I tell you, I'm willing to settle for something on the perimeter. Rubio sticks his nose inside.
Stolen by Rubio. And here we go. Rubio heading to the hoop. Lays it in off the breakaway. Rubio's got 4 points in the quarter.
And really just straight to the basket with a full head of steam.
You know, why waste any time? When the floor's that open, you might as well take it all the way home.
Now here's Payne, and there's the feed to Ilyasova. Pass to Collison. And finished off by Collison.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. The Timberwolves shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. And Rubio kicks to Zhang. Feeds it to Towns. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
I think this is just one of those nights scoring the basketball. Towns is just showing off.
Payne with it. Expanding his range. Drills it from outside. And the Thunder lead by 4.
Ooh, finally hitting one from range. That's his first 3 of the night.
And Rubio kicks to Levine. Pulls up on the elbow. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
The broad shoulders of Cat helps make him an excellent screener.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it. They set the pick. Here's Payne. Off the mark and a bad shot there.
Hey, the defense is content to let him prove he can make that shot. And so far, he cannot.
Right side Levine. To tie it up. Payne grabs the board. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Collison dishes to Roberson. And that one, good.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Dunn is checked in for Ricky Rubio. And then for Oklahoma City, Cantor is checked in for Collison. And it's Oladipo in for Cameron Payne. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Dunn kicks to Towns. Passes it to Dunn. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. To the middle. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Yeah, I think that's where you swing the ball around. Try and find a better passing angle.
Shot clock at 6. 16 feet away. Again, Levine missing. Oklahoma City leading by 5. The wide open look here for Oladipo. Misses the 3.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you should miss.
It's deflected. And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That's foul number 2 for him. Singler outside. From the arc. Nailed from three-point land. And the Thunder lead by 8.
That gives him his second 3 of the half with 3 total for the game.
Dish now to Wiggins. Got it from 16 feet. Wiggins has got 4 this quarter.
You look at the numbers tonight. When Wiggins asserts himself, he's painful to defend.
And Singler kicks to Oladipo. There's a screen by Cantor. And Roberson has it in the corner. Here's Ilyasova. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Timberwolves trail by 6. Bean passes to Towns. Towns sets the pick for Wiggins. Oladipo outside. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Up their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Dunn kicks to Zhang. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
I mean, the first thing you notice about Gorgui Zhang is when he's on the floor, it's his defensive presence. Very long arms to bother shooters, quick movement to stay and track drivers as they come to the rim. Such a force.
And with Zhang's defensive presence, Doris, he'll always find a way onto the floor. Everything else he does is icing on the cake.
Well, it isn't just protecting the rim that Zhang excels at, right? He also has great timing to deny passes and come up with some steals. He's carved out a nice role for himself in the NBA.
Cantor with a screen on Wiggins. The pass to Singler. Beyond the arc. Wiggins with the rebound. Wiggins has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Dunn. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. And that's 12 points for Chris Dunn.
Well, late rotation by the defense, and Wiggins has the vision to find the open man.
And here's Oladipo. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Wiggins. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Levine against Oladipo. Launches a 3. And it's Oladipo again missing. Timberwolves trail by 5. Here's Dunn. And it's blocked. But they get it back. Wiggins kicks to Dunn. Knocked loose. 6 on the shot clock. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. The 17-footer. That's good from Cantor on the assist from Robertson.
Just such a good shooter from that range.
And he had the size advantage, too. Everything working in his favor in that situation.
Here's Dang. Another miss by Minnesota.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
Yeah, he's reliable on defense. Doesn't allow a shooter any separation to get comfortable. You know, despite his cold shooting, his team is still winning.
The offensive rebound, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Well, with the first overall pick in 2014, Wiggins has some pressure on him, but he has steadily improved his play. You can watch Andrew Wiggins play for 5 minutes to see how naturally scoring comes to this guy. He's always moving without the ball to find space to attack the rim or try to get open. And he is a guy that will continue to add to his skill set so he can put up points in a number of different ways.
And one area that Wiggins is already very good at is his ability to score on the break. Doris, he covers ground so easily in transition and gets a lot of free points that way.
You know, and that's what great scorers tend to do. They find and improve on every possible way to score. And Wiggins, just like all the ones who came before him, you take portions of other players' games and incorporate them into your own bag of tricks.
Oklahoma City leading by 7. Here's Payne. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. The Timberwolves have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the 4th and even 50%. Levine, good.
I'll tell you, Levine's a guard, but he has the quickness, the hops. He's difficult to stop in there.
There's a screen by Cantor. Now Payne. To the paint. Towns with the steal. And here we go. Levine heading to the hoop.
Levine delivery in a big moment. What a game we've got. Now here's
here's Payne. D right on him. And the rejection by Jang. Dunn kicks to Levine. He dishes it to Wiggins. The jump hook. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
He should have made that, guys. The defense was okay, but he had no excuse not to finish.
Here's Cantor. Nails the 16-footer. And the Thunder lead by 5.
Boy, shaky work defensively, giving him that good look on the jump shot. What were they thinking?
Wiggins drives in. And Zhang kicks to Levine. A three-pointer. Wiggins. Again, Wiggins missing.
If you want to cut into a lead, you have got to trust your teammates and move the ball.
Here's Cantor. Second chance shot. Oh, that's blocked. Minnesota's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. A three-pointer. Wiggins. That's good. And it's Levine with the assist. 19 points for Andrew Wiggins.
A confident young man. Wiggins just answers the bell.
Now here's Payne. He's guarded close. And the rejection by Jang. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Levine for 3. Buries it from three-point range.
Big shot with time winding down. Clutch move by Levine.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it. 1:06 left to play here in the fourth. Payne dishes to Singh. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Timberwolves on offense. They're on a 16-7 run. Here's Levine. Coming.
Clutch shot right there. That could be the difference maker.
Probably the moment we'll remember from this one.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're trailing by 3. There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter. A different look for Oklahoma City. Sabonis, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Mitch McGarry comes in for Singler, and it's Price in for Payne. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to listen to what Billy Donovan said to his team. Yes, they're behind right now, but he's still upbeat. He said, guys, we can get back in this game. Stay together out there. All-out effort can win this game. Fellas?
Okay, David, much appreciated. And the Timberwolves call time here. Kicks it to Levine. It falls!
The ability of Levine, it's eye-popping on certain nights.
Price outside. He kicks to McGarry. Puts up a three. No good from Price. And the Timberwolves with possession. And an intentional foul right there. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. So he comes up empty at the line.
Yeah, just a golden opportunity that's lost right there. Now, we still got a game.
From deep, Morrow off target from downtown. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 seconds.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. He's able to hit the second one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. They trail by 3. There's 10 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. It loose. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible. So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And the Thunder making a change here. And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
Tremendous focus at the line there. Those points will put this game out of reach for sure.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're behind by 5. 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, they can game plan all they want, but unless they can put more time on the clock, I think this bad boy's over.
Yeah, it's just protocol. Coach wants them to fight all the way to the finish.
Off the inbound. Can't get the chip in.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game. And so the Timberwolves take the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, seen here. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Chris Dunn. He was a veritable offensive juggernaut this evening. He ended with double figures in both points and assists, pretty much dominating at every turn.
With the ball in his hands, Chris Dunn is such a weapon. He has a tremendous ability to create for his teammates, but also that first step allows him to attack the rim. Just what you want from your point guard. He was a huge factor tonight.
Well, he's not usually the guy the fan comes to see, but tonight he was worth the price of admission. I don't know how much they paid Ernie, but I would have bought 10 tickets tonight. The fans were going crazy. That's when he really started to take over the game.
And that's it for tonight, but we've got a whole new NBA season ahead of us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again very soon.